The Detroit Lions may have just emerged as the best team in the NFL. After pounding the Dallas Cowboys 46-9 in a huge statement win last week, there were a lot of questions regarding how the Lions would do against the undefeated Minnesota Vikings on the road. How would they face the number one defense in the NFL? How would they face Sam Darnold, who's having a career year? And this matchup was exactly what you want to see in division rivals going for the top spot in the NFC. It was a great game. Both sides showed up, and both sides had opportunities where they were in the driver's seat. Minnesota was up early 10-0 before Detroit would score 21 and answer points going into the half. The Lions were up 11 going into the fourth quarter before the Vikings put up a few field goals and a fumble recovery brought back for a touchdown to go up 28-29 late. And it was like, oh, well, the Vikings are going to stay undefeated. Detroit's going to have to regroup. But this is where the Lions are so good, arguably at their best. Dan Campbell has taught this team to be good under adversity in high-level moments. Jared Goff willed his team down the field. It almost looked easy. It was like the offense wasn't even trying before Jake Gates nailed a game-winning field goal with 15 seconds to go. The Lions are legit contenders. They have just emerged as the best team in the NFC and arguably the best team in the NFL. I would love to see this Detroit team go head-to-head with the Chiefs. I know the media likes to glaze the Chiefs. Oh, they're undefeated. They're the best team in the league. Hey, look, there's Taylor Swift. But I really like what I'm seeing, and I would give the advantage to Detroit. Dan Campbell is my favorite for Coach of the Year. He has done such a good job turning this team around. I remember when fans wanted this guy fired, but now he's the most loved man in Detroit. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Dan Campbell loves this team. He loves this organization, and he loves this city, and that's what makes him so special. It's what puts him apart from so many other coaches in the league. This is more than just a job for him. It's more than just the team that hired him to become the head coach. No, this is where he played. This is where he made a name for himself, and he's wanting to give back to his former team. Jared Goff has been on a different level these past 3 weeks. I mean, a ridiculous 18 of 18, 292 yard, 2 touchdown showing against the Seahawks. I feel like nobody is talking about just how impressive that is. I mean, 290 plus yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 incompletions. That's unheard of. Then against Dallas last week, he was the star. 315 yards, 3 touchdowns. And then this week, he took care of business. 280 yards and 2 touchdowns against, once again, the best defense in the NFL, statistically speaking. Jared Goff coming to the Lions was the best thing that could have happened to him. I mean, look at him from his last season with the Rams to where he is now with the Lions. It was honestly a great change. It was a win-win trade. He couldn't be linked up with a better offense for his strengths. The offensive line is key, and these guys do a great job up front. David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs are a nasty two-headed monster in the backfield, and Gibbs against the Vikings had a season-best 116 yards, 2 touchdowns. Amon-Ra St. Brown continues to show out as the top receiver in this league. He's just so solid, so consistent. Sam Laporta is probably the best tight end in football right now. I cannot believe he's only a second-year player. I mean, this offense was hand-built by Brad Holmes, and he equally deserves as much credit as Dan Campbell. This has been a masterful pairing over the last couple of years. I was worried with how the defense would play against the Vikings without Aiden Hutchinson, who we wish nothing but the best for as he continues to recover from his season-ending injury. That was a major loss. Definitely not what you want to see from the best team in the NFC, losing their best defensive player. But even in Hutchinson's absence, this defense really held their own, forcing the Vikings to several field goals. They got an interception off of Sam Darnold. And for me, where the defense made their biggest impact was shutting down the 2-point conversion, which allowed Jake Bates to be taking a game-winning field goal instead of a game-tying field goal. I've watched the Lions very closely over the last 2 to 3 years because I remember right around the middle of the 2022 season, this team was starting to show some heart, some fight, some culture that was like anything I'd ever seen from Detroit before. Because when I was growing up, the Lions were the laughingstock of the NFL. It was like them and the Browns, and it was a gimme win when you played them. Let me just tell you, it's not a gimme win anymore. This is a team to be feared and respected. They have turned into America's team, and honestly, I love it.